Good evening. It is Sunday. It's the 6th of December and I almost didn't make it. Almost. I was sitting at we've been working today, we've been pottering on doing a few jobs, trying to keep up with all the orders, and I sat down and I thought, oh, I really can't be bothered. And then I thought, no, I'm going to get up and do something because I can't be sitting down doing nothing. I'm one of these people that has to be doing things. So I just wanted to say that my tube of hand cream, one of my favourite ones, is about to be finished. I think I've got one little bit left that I can get on my hands, and it is a L'Occitane one, and it's Neroli and Orchidee. Neroli and Orchidee. Orchidee? Neroli, I don't know what Neroli is. Neroli? Orchidee is orchids. I'll tell you what Neroli is in a minute. Are you going to do my Sherlock Holmes with me?
No.
You're not?
I'm downloading the second bit. Are you videoing?
Yeah.
Oh, that's me.
That's you, yeah.
No, I'm downloading all the add-ons, like the drum loops.
He's downloading some
and
a music studio.
Yeah, and then I'm going to make some backing music.
You're going to make me some backing music?
Will I make her some backing music?
It better be good ones. You know, they always say I got good backing music. If I don't like it, you know, it won't go on there.
Pressure's on.
Has to be really good. The pressure's on, yeah.
Pressure's on. No, it'll be alright.
It'll be alright.
I've got a keyboard in there, haven't I? Yeah, up there. That's alright.
Oh, he's got a keyboard up there.
I've got a keyboard up there. I've got one in there as well. Can't
Do you want to join in on my Sherlock Holmes or not?
No, because I'm busy.
Always busy.
I just came to see if you want.
We have been working today and he's gone upstairs to play.
Yes. Yes, Watson.
Yes, Watson.
I wondered if one might like a cuppa.
One would love a cup of coffee, darling.
Super.
Super.
I'll go and get one.
One will appreciate a cup of coffee.
It'll be here in a jiff.
In a jiff. Not a jiffy, but a jiff. Right. Yes, I meant that. And it is English is Neroli. In French it's Neroli, and it says a flower of an orange. So maybe it's some kind of orange. Orange. Bit like orange, yes. But anyway, what I was going to say is I'm coming to the end of that, and I'm hoping that there might be one in that box, or this box here, when I come to doing it. So anyway, let's do the hemline one first. This, did I say 5 or did I say 6? Because it's the 6th. Yes, I did say 6. Day 6, and 6 is a long one there. Long one on the top. So we'll take that out, and let's see if I can see what it is. Oh, I can see it. I think I know what it is now. It's a poo-poo rider. A pom-pom maker. Pom maker. Here's the man with the plan.
Watson.
Yes?
Did I tell you about my brother Barrett?
Barrett?
Barrett Holmes. He builds houses.
I don't think that's funny, darling. I think that's more of a dad joke.
It might be funny if you're English, because you'll have heard of Barrett Holmes. If you're American,
you won't know what you're talking about. Oh, how jolly. Anyway. So I got my coffee, and that was my pom-pom maker. I'll have to try it. I got this last year. I assume You wrap your wool round there. You've got two sizes, a small one and a large one. You wrap your wool round and round and round. Then you tie your wool, you tie it through there, and then you cut it along the top and bottom. I might be wrong, I'll have to try it. I want to make something for the front door, so I might just do that later with it. Might make a few pom-poms. L'Occitane. And we want number 6, and number 6 is... Hey, we opened... Is that open? Have we already done 6? I bet I opened 6 by mistake the other day. Ah. Yeah, there's nothing in there. So have I opened them all? 3, 6, 4. I bet I haven't done 5. Oh, I haven't done... I did 6 instead of 5, you see, like yesterday. So, and none of you noticed. Not one of you pointed it out. There's number 5 there. It's not easy to see, actually. So, number 5, if I can run my finger along, I think it'll be another tube of something. If I can get my finger in. Oh, this is a nice one. I haven't had this one before. This is cherry blossom. This is cherry blossom. And oh, that's rather very close to this one. Very close to the one that's nearly empty. Ooh. Not as nice as that one though. Still can't beat the lemon one, which some of you made comments about. And now I'm going to do the Sherlock Holmes, but it's on my own again because he doesn't want to do it. He wants to do his music. So it's called A Tipsy Evening, so here we go. On the burnt out, there's been a fire in a house, in a flat, and the dining room is all burnt. On the burnt out dining room floor lay the charcoal remains of a coffee table covered with the splinters of a large stemmed wine glass, which had burst in the heat, and a thin-walled lead crystal bowl that must have had a considerable capacity. The lead crystal glasses in the kitchen sink with the remains of the Christmas punch still visible suggested that the glass splinters, blackened by heat, in what had once been the living room, were the central pieces of a punch set. The acrid smell was so strong that although the room had already cooled down, it felt as if it was still smouldering. "Oh, Mr. Holmes, it's terrible. We were planning to hold a little pre-Christmas soiree in our house in Mayfair. Cedric," I said, "you set out the canopies while I go and fetch Margaret. We had arranged to meet her at her house at 7:30 p.m. and of course I was punctual. Our friend Cynthia joined us too, but she was approximately 10 minutes late. Am I right, Cynthia?" "Oh yes, dear Beatrice. It must have been 20 to 8 when I arrived at Margaret's, and the two of them had already downed their first glass of eggnog. We drank punch until about 8:15 and then set off to Mayfair in order to arrive at the party on time. Margaret, did I forget anything?" "No, my dear, we sat around the punch bowl in the dining room. You see, Mr. Holmes, the three of us planned to start the evening together with a decent shot of eggnog and then head on to Beatrice's party, so I made the punch in the afternoon. We left about 8:15. I was the first to leave and went outside to smoke a cigarette. Beatrice was next, and Margaret was last, of course. She quickly tidied away the empty glasses, turned out the lights, and locked the door of the flat. Then I swear we were all in Mayfair until the early hours of the morning. I couldn't believe it when we heard that a fire had broken out in Maggie's flat around midnight and had completely gutted the living room. Those priceless pictures. 2 turners included. Of course they were all insured, but no one can ever replace the terrible loss. Just imagine, Mr. Holmes, fire accelerants, diesel. It was arson, a real crime. Whoever would do such a thing to Margaret? Aha, do you know who it was? I'll tell you at the end. And we go on to the geography one. A lot of you are saying that you enjoy this because even the ones in England are getting to know where things are. Even I don't. I mean, I did geography A level at school, and we did England, but we didn't go in as much depth of all the nice places to visit. So it's there's some places that we know of, but we don't necessarily know where they are. So we are on number 6, and number 6 is in Wales. Number 6 is in Wales. Now what's in Wales? What's in Wales? Now Wales is the land of the... let's see if I can get it off. Number 6 is the land of the... Where are we? There. The land of the Welsh dragon. And so Wales is known, it's called the land of the Welsh dragon. And so this is Wales, and we put that into number 6, which is down here, and that's around about near Cardiff. And Cardiff is the capital of Wales, I think. You Welsh people will put me right if I'm wrong. The Welsh dragon, the red dragon, is a symbol on the Welsh flag. The flag was granted official status in 1959, when Queen Elizabeth II declared only the red dragon on a green and white flag should be flown on government buildings in Wales. So you could only have a red dragon on a green and white flag in Wales and no other part of the United Kingdom. United Kingdom, for those of you in America, means it's all of these. It's England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. That's the United Kingdom. Great Britain is the same. This is Southern Ireland. They are separate from the rest of us. And also, if you're saying England, then that is England. So some people, if you look, for example, this COVID, if you took the whole of the United Kingdom to find out what the COVID levels were, you'd probably think it wasn't too bad. But in England, the COVID levels are quite high because it's densely populated in different places, especially around London, around Birmingham and around Manchester and in the northeast. So the high, and on this area. So the high COVID levels are there, one in the middle, and it's not so bad there, but it's high there. And so, and Wales has had quite a bit of COVID. Scotland isn't as bad, more in the lower area than it is up there. And Northern Ireland has had their COVID. I think they've still got levels of COVID, but they've had to close down quite a lot of their pubs and drinking places and restaurants in the same way as we have. So that was Wales. This little area here is Wales. Lovely place, and I want to go and see it. And the most, I keep saying to him in there, I keep saying, we'll see something about Wales on the TV, and I'll say, oh, I'd love to go there, and he goes, I've been. And then I'll say something else, and I'll say, I'd love to go there, he goes, I've been. Go to Cornwall, we'll see things of Cornwall. Oh, that really looks nice, I wouldn't mind going there, I've been. And I keep saying, anyway, you haven't been. And then I'll jokingly say, well, I'll go on my own. So anyway, so that was Wales. We finish off the Sherlock Holmes. Have you guessed what happened? Well, we'll read the last sentence again that was talking. But she says, no one can ever replace the terrible loss. Just imagine, Mr. Holmes, fire accelerated, diesel, it was arson, a real crime. Whoever would do such a thing? And Holmes said, pointing to Miss Margaret, You, Miss Margaret. No one but you. I dare say you were after the insurance money due to be paid if the pictures got destroyed. Trying to stage a robbery is quite a complex undertaking, but if a fire broke out in the flat, it would be a disaster which would put the owner beyond suspicion. All you needed was a perfect alibi. This is why the fire had to break out at a time when you were definitely not present. A whole 3 3/4 hours later in this case. The punch glasses were in the sink in the kitchen, isn't it so? She nodded. But you left the punch bowl sitting on the dining room table. I was able to clearly determine a long-stemmed wine glass amongst the splinters, but you stated that you'd all been drinking eggnog. So why the wine glass? Let me tell you what happened. When your friends start to leave the flat, you tell them you'll just tidy up and lock the door, deliberately starting to pick up the glasses. As soon as the door closes, you fill the punch bowl to the brim with diesel, which you bought at a petrol station. Now all you have to do is make sure that the diesel doesn't ignite too soon. You've decided to use a candle, but how? You need a certain type of candle holder which goes to the edge of the diesel and which won't attract attention if it's found. You choose a long-stemmed glass and you put it upside down inside the punch bowl. Stick a thick candle on top and light the candle. It will take about 4 hours for the candle to burn down, and set light to the fire accelerant in the punch bowl. At that time you won't have been home for hours. It was a good plan, I must say, but not good enough, Miss Margaret, I must add. So Miss Margaret did it. I'm not sure why she wanted to get insurance for the Turner pictures. We don't know why she wanted to do it, but that was what happened. We don't need any DNA or fire people coming to check. Holmes knows it all. Right, and on that, I'm going to take my cup of coffee. Hey, I was watching. I am terrible because he makes me a cup of coffee. I sip a couple of sips and then I put it down and I start beavering on doing something. And then the next thing I know, he comes in, he says, you haven't drunk your coffee. And it's cold. And I will drink cold coffee. But he said, oh, I don't know how you can drink cold coffee. And last night I was watching a vlog. And this lady, I didn't actually see what it was, but she had something just off the picture, off the screen, where she put it onto a cup of coffee on. And she mentioned that it won't go cold because she had it on a heater for a cup. So I looked them up, and they're like little saucers that are a bit like phone chargers, and you can charge them up, and then I don't know if you keep the cable connected or whether you disconnect it, but then your cup, it's a bit like a coaster, and you put your cup on it, and the thing has enough heat to keep your coffee hot. So I might just get myself one of those sometime. I did look them up. They're not cheap. They're not expensive. They're not cheap. Well, they are. There's a really cheap one for about £7 or £8, and there are other ones for about 15, 20. Well, I don't think my cup of coffee merits a 15, 20 pound one, but I will have a look and consider possibly the cheaper one. So at that, I'm going to go. I'm going to get this uploaded, and hopefully it's 9:10. I'm running a bit late because usually I do this about 7 or 8 o'clock, and with a bit of luck it might be uploaded before I go to bed at midnight. If not, it'll be uploaded in the morning. So catch you next time. Bye.